Hello, this is Kathleen with My Happy Stamping Place, and today I'm going to be showing you a Stamp Club card that we made in my monthly hybrid class, and it is called the Impossible card, but as you will soon see, it is not impossible at all. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions. Hi, this is Kathleen with My Happy Stamping Place, and my blog is myhappyplace.typepad.com. And today I'm going to be sharing with you, it's called an Impossible card. And we're using it's an online exclusive, a suite. It's a little latte. So the stamp set is Latte Love. The dies coordinating are Latte Love dies, so you get all these. You can also purchase coordinating designer paper. And as you can see, I've used quite a bit of this, but it has designs that you can cut out with dies or just use on their own. So lots of fun images and colors in this suite. And then there's also in the suite the adhesive back swirls that coordinates swirl enamel dots. And also this natural polka dot trim. So it all coordinates together, but you can also buy them each separately as well. So that's what we're working with today. And this is card 1 of my hybrid monthly stamp club. So we'll get started. Okay, first I'm going to put this template here. This is a quarter sheet of cardstock. So your typical card in the US that we do is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So that's simply a 5.5 by 4 1/4 piece right there. And it's just a matter of cutting and scoring, and once you get the hang of it and know the measurements, it's pretty easy. So I'm going to put this here so you can get a view of this. This is what we're going to be doing. Okay, so this is my template. This is what my quarter piece, and this is the Lost Lagoon cardstock. That's going to be my base. So first I'm going to take the 4 1/4 inch side, and I'm going to score it in half. So that would be 2 1/8. So on my paper trimmer, I've got the 2. Here's the 1/4 inch. It's the notch in between those. Okay, so here's my cutting blade. My cutting blade is the dark blade. I want to park that up at the top. So I'm going to bring in the lighter blade, which is the score blade, and just go back and forth a couple times to score it. So now I have a score line down the middle. Then I'm going to turn it to my 5.5 inch side, and I'm going to cut it in half just to the score line. So that would be 2 3/4. And this time I'll take my cutting blade and just take it to the score line. Now there is a notch on each side of my score blade that tells me where the blade is. I also have a ruler on the side of my paper trimmer. And I took a tip from my upline, Karen Titus, and took a piece of scoring tape and just taped it along there and didn't take the adhesive back off. So now I can see my ruler much better than if it was just clear. So that just helps. Okay, so there's my 2 3/4 inch mark. Now I'm going to turn it around to the other 5.5 inch side, and I want to cut it at the 1 inch mark just to the score line. So take my blade and go just to the score line, or that would also be 2 1/8 if you're following along on your ruler on this side. And then I'm going to move it along to 4.5 inches, which leaves me with, and I'm cutting it just to the score line as well, which leaves me with a 1 inch tab on each side of that card base. And that is the card base right there. So now you want to take it so the 2 bigger tabs are at the top, and then you're just going to twist the one on the right up like this. Okay? And that's it. Then you're just going to come in like with a bone folder, and this is your main panel here. So you just want to kind of score it on each side. So it's going to stand up like this when the recipient gets it, but it will fold flat when you're mailing it. So that's the basic card right there, but now we're going to decorate it. Okay, so let's bring in our other pieces. So I'm using pretty much the whole suite of that Light Love I already forgot the name, Latte Love. So I'm using some designer paper from that paper pack. This is that designer paper I'm using. And so I've got two pieces. This is 2.5 by 4 inches. They both are. So I'm going to take this to my paper trimmer. And I want to line it up so at about 3/4 of an inch. I like to take it between this, there's like a little ruler on the side here. I'm going to take it between 3/4 inch and 1 inch because this is going to be the designer paper that goes on my 1-inch tab here. Okay, so I want to take my cutting blade and cut it down to 2 1/8, and I'm using my little ruler on the side here with the notches so I can see that. Then I'm simply going to turn my paper and finish off the cut to the edge. So from one edge up to that cutting line, and I'm using that notch on the side of my cutting blade to see. Okay, so it's going to look like a sideways chair. Okay, we're going to do that to the other piece as well. So I'm going to take it, there's my 1-inch mark on the side here, and I'm going to take it in between the 3/4 inch mark and the 1 inch. And I will just cut it down to the 2 1/8 inch mark on my little side ruler here. And I'm looking at that middle notch. And then I'm just going to turn it and finish off that cut to the edge. Okay, so now I have another sideways chair looking piece. Next, I'm going to take some of the dies. These are the dies that come in that bundle. It comes with 2 cups or mugs, which is nice because then you can cut them both at the same time. So I'm going to use the 2 cups. I'm using 2, this would be probably puffs of steam. I'm using them for whipped cream in this card. And then this double ovals represents the coffee or hot chocolate or tea or whatever you have in your mug. So I already went and go ahead and die cut those ahead of time, so I can show you how this comes together. Now I wanted something for this to rest on. I didn't want it to just be on this busy paper, so I'm taking the Modern Oval Punch, which is in the spring catalog, mini catalog, and I'm taking a piece of Pool Party and just going to punch that up, and my coffee mugs then are now going to rest on this. Okay, so now I just want to show you on these mugs, there's this little slit here. The dies do come with a spoon, so you could have a spoon sticking inside that slit. I'm actually going to take the puffs of smoke and use them as whipped cream, and I'm going to tuck them inside of my mug. So I want to kind of play around, move this around till I have it just peeking above the mug like that. So I want to take a little bit of glue. I'm using my Tombow multi-mono liquid glue, and I really like to use it, but some people have a hard time learning how to use it. Like, it can come out too fast, but once you are used to it and you play with it, you get the feel of it, it's really pretty easy, and it's a very strong glue and it dries clear, so there's a lot to like about this glue. So I'm going to take that little piece of Really Espresso, that little oval, and place it down right at the bottom of that whipped cream, so it looks like you've got a cup of either coffee with some fun foam at the top, or it could be your hot chocolate or whatever. Just a fun little drink there. So that's one mug. Let's do the same thing on the other mug. And I just wanted to point out that these mugs, when they die cut with the handles going opposite directions, which is really nice. Okay, so again, I'm going to first tuck my whipped cream down there to make sure I've got it facing the direction I want, or looking the way I want. So let's see, because you got a couple different directions you could put this. Let's see, I think that looks best, so we're going to do it that way. So again, I'm going to dab just a little bit of glue right there, tuck it inside my cup so it's just peeking above a little bit, and then I'll take that Early Espresso oval piece, the second piece, put a little bit of glue down and place that on top right here, so it looks like there's some coffee or hot chocolate or whatever you want to be in your cup. Okay, so let's put these down. I'm just going to take some more glue and glue these pieces down on this modern oval. I might need to move that a little bit. I want these kind of centered on here. You do have a little bit of time to move things around when you're using the liquid glue, but not a super long time because it does dry pretty fast. I do like being able to move it around, but I also like that it dries, you know, pretty strong. Okay, now I felt like it needed just a little something more to elevate it just a tad more. So I'm taking the adhesive back swirl dots that were in this suite, and I'm taking the middle color here, which I think is Calypso Coral, which coordinates with the designer paper, of course, because suites always coordinate. And I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and just slide one of these swirls towards me, and then take the pointy part of the tip and place down one of those gems. I'm going to do this in threes, so I'm going to pick up another one, place it next to the other one with a little distance, and then take a third one and place it up around the curve of this. And then I thought that just added a lot more to my focal point. All right, so now let's adhere this to the middle here. We're just going to place that down centered as best we can. Slide it around till it gets there. There we go. Okay, and that's your card. It will fold down flat in your envelope for you to mail it off, and it will pop up for them when they open it. If you want, you can put a piece of basic white cardstock on the back of that panel like I did here to write a little greeting. This certainly isn't a card where you're going to write a big message with it. This is just to send a quick note. So, but it's just a fun, cute little, hey, how you doing little card. So that's that, and I just want to show you one other version I made. This is with one of the bird stamp sets in our annual catalog, and just a fun, cheery little just for you card, and then it pops up when it comes out of their card. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. You'll be able to find more information on my blog. Again, that's myhappyplace.typepad.com, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.